All right, we're hopefully going live. Let's see. Microphone is working, at least. Let's get our theme music going too, and then make sure everything is working. Where's the file? It's been a few days. It's been 6 days since I did this, so a little bit out of practice, of course, but we'll get back up and running pretty fast again. Just make sure we're live. Looks like we are. Fantastic. We're live on Twitch, on YouTube, on X, and on Telegram now. Let me just make sure my mic is live on Telegram. No. Of course, I was muted on Telegram. Now I'm not muted. And just to share the screen on Telegram as well. So we have a few different choices of how you want to watch today's stream. All right. And our theme music will kick in a second. But yeah, it's a lot to talk about. Basically, I haven't done a session since, a live stream rather, since last Thursday for many reasons, which I'll speak about today. The first one was being in Build Station Dublin with Super Team Ireland on Friday. And then the main reason was the Coliseum Hackathon, which the closing date was 8 a.m. my time on Tuesday. So, here we go. It's a bit too loud though. It's far too loud. There we go. It's more like a YouTube at that level. Even that level, yeah, much better. So yeah, that was the main news. So let's get into it. I guess the news. I'm going to start with the biggest one, which was this Coliseum Frontier Hackathon, sponsored by Solana Foundation, and yeah, I got my submission in. Delighted. So basically, this was, I suppose, like a 4-week sprint. Really, is the way to consider it, where you needed to come up with a few aspects. It's obviously working on something, a service, a product, delivering that, delivering then a pitch for your business, delivering a demo of whatever the product or service that you were delivering was, and then packaging it all together into an application here. It was amazing, if I can put it that way, just right from the start, to say right from the top, it was bloody fantastic. And I feel like it was exactly the kind of thing I wanted to be doing. I feel like it's the kind of thing that helped me develop as, like, say, a founder, developer, project manager, someone owning a product, owning a crypto project. There were so many aspects to it that were positive. It was amazing. Really delighted to have been taking part in it. On the side of the development then as well, there were all of the resources that Coliseum provided and that the super teams provided. So I went to Build Station Dublin, which was an in-person 2-week event. So in Dogpatch Labs in Dublin, you could come and work there in person with other founders, with other people entering Coliseum, and getting support from Super Team Ireland. Shout out to them, they're amazing as always. really impressed by it. Dogpatch Labs itself, I don't think I've spoken about that because I haven't done a live stream since then. It is amazing, really great place. Really felt energy in that building, in that room. It was really cool. Great location too in Dublin itself. So yeah, being around other founders, chatting to people, hearing about the products that they're working on, hearing about their experiences as they've been building, watching them pitch, because we had a pitch session that I got to take part in as well, and got to watch a load of other founders and get like ideas and inspiration from them. It was just wonderful. So that was the Build Station, and then Coliseum itself. I went to so many webinars from super teams around the world, really most of them. I used all of the resources that Coliseum provided. Like they provided agent skills for AI agents. They provided guides. They provided loads of articles about like basically how to win a hackathon, what they're looking for. The judges were extremely active on X, which was amazing as well. It was so helpful. You could engage with them. You could ask them for feedback. I saw many judges saying, hit me with your 5-word pitch. Like what are the 5 words that describe what you're building? And then get feedback on it, or give me the tagline, or the hero phrase on your website, like at the top of your website. Give me what you've written at the top of your website, and get some feedback on that as well. So they were so active. It was such a two-way process. It really felt highly engaging. I suppose I can put it that way. That it was something that felt really built to engage founders, to get them excited about building on Solana, to feel supported building on Solana, and then also to deliver something by the end of it to submit for the hackathon deadline. So I did that. It was final stage for me was 26 hours of work over 2 days, and I submitted it. I think it was like 12:30, maybe on Tuesday morning. Yeah, and then the other bits of it, which I'm going to get into in a second, I was still submitting things until 1 a.m. or so, I think. I went to bed at 1 a.m. anyway, so it was around that time that it was a really, really long stretch, and I was working from 9 a.m. Monday morning until nighttime Tuesday morning. It was very, very intense, but it felt great. It felt really, really good. It felt like exciting to work on, say, like the pitch and the pitch video and the demo video, to be refining it. I was using the skills. I was using also the skill from D-Pitch, another company specialized in advising people on pitching, basically. And Sofian from D-Pitch was at the pitch event at Build Station Dublin. He was online and he was giving people amazing feedback on their pitches, which was really, really helpful. So when I did my pitch, it was pitched entirely wrong. I did it for the experience, but the slides I had were absolutely not appropriate for a pitch. They were more like basically the slides that I've been using to explain the product when I have time, when it's not a pitch, when I'm just doing it as an educational perspective. So my slides were totally off for that style of presentation. I spoke for too long. The Coliseum folks were looking for a 2-minute pitch, and I spoke for 4 minutes and 20. So again, I had to find 2 minutes, full 2 minutes and 20 seconds to take out of the presentation. So I used the AI skill that D-Pitch provide. I used resources from Coliseum. I fed into my AI as well all of the advice that I'd seen about how to win the hackathon, and then just rewrote it. I went through draft after draft of the pitch, practiced it, got it down to around the 2 minutes, built really basic slides. So I am going to be recording a version where I won't be as under pressure. I'll keep it around 2 minutes, but I'll let it be a little bit, breathe a little bit more than the 2-minute hyper pitch for the actual competition. But I will do it, and you'll see when I do that the slides, as was recommended, are very bare, very, very, very simple. So basically 5 to 6 words on each slide, really, I think it is, more or less. Little bit of visual information, a little bit of product demo kind of images on the slides as well. But it's only 6 slides, so 6 slides, 2-minute pitch. And this was all from the fabulous advice. It was so helpful. And I think I've been chatting to other people in Super Team Ireland about how pitching is something I don't do. Like, I do a lot of presentation. So I do a lot of presentation which are much, much longer, say like an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours, where you have a situation where you can organically manipulate the sections of your presentation. You can make one bit a little bit longer, you can shorten this bit, you can pause for some audience feedback, you can engage with the audience, you can cut things out. So it's much more flexible and improvised. I think there's a lot more improvisation in a presentation that's that long, especially when you have some kind of audience engagement in it. So coming to pitching and having elevator pitch style, 2 minutes, give it your best shot, is really something I have no experience at. So it was really, really good to try that out, to have that experience of, I need to frame my usual presentation style into this other frame, this other framework, this other style of presentation, and you have to do it by 8 a.m. Tuesday morning, and you've already spent 24 hours working on this in a 2-day period. So it's like, it's hour 25 and you're recording your pitch. But it was a really good experience, and I'm delighted that I did it, and I think it will be something that I'll be able to take forward from Coliseum into future hackathons or future presentations. So that was it. That's in. And again, I have to praise the transparency also of Coliseum. Right from the very beginning, they've been very engaging on social media and very transparent. And the moment that they closed the submissions, like instantly it's updated here on the website saying it's into stage 3. They put out a post on X immediately saying the number one question that most people entering are going to be asking, which is, how long does it take? So they had that ready to go to say that judging takes 5 to 6 weeks. I just think the amount of care and thought put into the hackathon was very, very impressive. It was very well planned out from end to end, and have to give them an awful lot of credit for that. And everyone who was part of that in the support side, which is like all the judges, all of the people on social media, all of the super teams around the world. Very, very well-rounded package, very, very well planned out. So I have to give them an enormous amount of credit for that. And whatever happens, I feel like I've gained a lot from it. Engaged more with Super Team Ireland, got to know them, got to know other founders. I got to learn so much from the resources that were available through the hackathon, and I got to push myself really, really hard for 4 weeks to get Upscalp into private beta, which is where we have now 35 people. We have 35 premium users who are currently in the private beta of the automated execution of trades part. So that is the Upscalp API is what I had been calling that aspect of the product, where you can connect to your choice of 12 different exchanges or futures platforms at the moment, and then you can set up the bot to automatically trade on your behalf based on the signals that Upscalp generates. So I managed to get that over the line too into private beta before the end of the submission phase. So really delighted with that too. So I absolutely collapsed into a heap on Tuesday. I was asleep on the couch, I think, by like 4 or 5 p.m. yesterday because I was just completely knocked out. So I did my best getting through the day, trying to keep doing some more work, but then just like collapsed on the couch and I was out for hours. So yeah, pacing yourself I think is important. Not burning out is important. But back on track now. That's in the bag. It's submitted. I'll also say that I submitted to here on the Super Team Earn website. So there were a few tracks that I was able to submit to here. So for example, the Super Team Ireland track. So they had their own track. I'll open that one in a second. We'll take a look at that. And then they encouraged me to look at the other ones as well. And there were other ones that seemed like they were open to me, like they didn't have any special requirements. So for the heck of it, I submitted to them as well. And let's see. This is the Ireland one. So just to give a bit of feedback on this one, this is you use the same submission. So you use your Coliseum Frontier Hackathon submission to enter it into this one. They have their own set of prize money here. They have their own prize fund, and they choose Irish-based judges. So there's 3 judges, 4 judges, I can't remember how many judges, who currently have the submissions. They're assessing them, and then they'll invite some of the applicants to pitch live on Friday, again at Dogpatch Labs in Dublin, which is amazing. So you can see here, they got 55 submissions, which apparently is double the amount that they got last year. They're saying that they think they're extremely high quality. It's fabulous. So very, very happy about that. And best of luck to whoever gets chosen for this. I don't know if it's going to be me, because this is my first time doing a hackathon like this, but I think I've gotten plenty of value from it. To be honest, I've really enjoyed it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So that was really, really interesting. That kind of wraps up, say, like the end of last week into this week. And the other interesting thing, the other major thing I suppose that's happened that is really important for Upscalp is this. So Solana purchasing this account here, at Perps on X, which I suppose shows the direction of Solana in relation to futures trading and wanting to get deeper into it and highly involved in it. So they've been posting about things like this, venues or platforms for trading futures on Solana, and these 3 mentioned here. And this came at such a perfect time when I was doing the submission for Coliseum that I saw people posting about Jupiter perps. So I actually included that into the submission to say that right now Upscalp's connection to Solana is that you use it to access the premium product. So there's the Upscalp token on Solana. There's a token gated element of the product. You use your tokens to get access to the premium product. But to develop that into a tighter connection to the Solana ecosystem, what I'm going to do is build integrations for these 3. And if there are more, I'm going to do that as well. But I was going to start with Jupiter Exchange for sure. And Solana seem to be pushing this one very hard as well. So I'm going to investigate them ASAP, how I can set up Upscalp so that it can work with them. This would be the Upscalp API, the automated trading, how it can connect to these two exchanges in particular. So that's really exciting. I think it's coming at absolutely perfect timing for Upscalp. The aspect of the product that does the automatic trading is in private beta right now. I've entered Coliseum. I've mentioned these things. I think it all ties together very, very nicely. So it's spectacular timing for us, really. And what's been really nice is like I've been engaging with these posts, and I've been engaging with posts from Solana Foundation folks, and they've been engaging back, which is awesome, which is really, really nice. It's very good to get that engagement, I think. So yeah, that's kind of the main news so far. I'm trying to think, is there anything else at the minute? Still continuing on with building, but obviously when I was doing the submission, the advice I got from Super Team Ireland was don't underestimate the amount of time it takes to do the Coliseum submission. So I didn't. So basically I shelved the product development side on Saturday, Sunday, Monday to make sure I had enough time to be able to get this done, to get the submission in. Should really put a task there for that. I think it was worth it. Did I have a task for Coliseum? I don't think I did. Let's just add one in for the heck of it. It's nice to be able to close it. So, Coliseum. Hackathon. Submission. Just so I can move it into the done column. Just for that satisfaction. There we go. So yeah, where we're at on the building side then, which I've needed to take back up again. Private beta is up and running, but with some connections I still need to do. KuCoin, I haven't got that working yet. Need to work on that one. So I was aiming for quite a lot, and I think most of them seem to be working okay. KuCoin wasn't. I need to check what's going on there again. For a lot of the private beta users that are the people in the private beta right now, they're at the point where they're ready to start trading. So I have that disabled at the moment, but it's just a case of enabling trading for them, and then they'll be able to select their risk tolerance using the settings in Upscalp API, and then begin automated trading basically with their platform of choice, the platform that they've connected to. Oh yeah, this is the other one, the grant application. I'll go back to that in a second. So we're in a very, very good place, I think. I definitely had in mind that I would get the product this far, get it to this point, and then I would consider it like very stable. So we've reached the private beta of the third component of the product, the third stream. So we have the light, which is like the free signals product. We have the premium, which is the paid signals product, and then Upscalp API, which is the automated execution of trades based on the premium signals. So those kind of things, they're really one product together, those three aspects of one product. And I felt that when I got that far, that was the first stage done, the first complete stage. All of those things I could really comfortably let sit, that they're high quality, and I don't need to be spending 12 hours a day building them because they'll be well established. It's just a case of iteratively refining them as I go on. But that when I'd reached that point, then I could turn the focus more to say like marketing, branding, because I think it's not that branding was an afterthought, but I think I can do it better. So definitely branding would be something I'll be looking at. Community building, which I think is pretty okay at the minute, but it's numbers wise, need to push up the numbers of our community, I think, get more out there, more outreach. And then start looking for, I suppose, more hackathons, more grant funding, which I'll speak about as well, like the Super Team Ireland grant. That should actually be Super Team Ireland, not Solana Foundation. It is Super Team Ireland, who have a $10,000 grant. That's the maximum amount. So I spoke to them about it when I was in Dublin just to get some advice about it. So I'm going to be putting in a submission for that as well. And fingers crossed. I hope at this point, with the way things have happened around me, hopefully I'll be able to make a strong submission for that. So I think what this has been making me think, this news and the new direction that Solana has all of a sudden started taking, this is sometimes you just have to do the work, you have to put in the effort to get yourself to the right place. And then when you get yourself to the right place, things can come your way, but you have to be there. You have to be in the right position to take advantage of those things when they come your way. So this is the way I've been approaching it. I've been working extremely hard. I think that's visible for the most part, especially if you're in our Telegram community. You'd see how engaged I am there, how I'm delivering features, how people give me suggestions and I deliver on them. And I've been pushing this really, really hard deadline of the Coliseum Hackathon to deliver the private beta of automated trading. So by pushing myself that hard, you get yourself into a certain position, and it's kind of like making your own luck. I said in earlier spaces that I featured on with Upscalp, like the Crypto a la carte or TAS Hub or Assure DeFi spaces, there was a phrase that I found around that time that I have stuck on a post-it on my monitor here, which is luck is probability taken personally. So I think it's definitely a case of making your own luck. I think I used the Gary Player quote as well at some point. It's funny, the more I practice, the luckier I get. So I think there is an aspect of that. If you do the work, you put yourself into a better position to be able to take advantage when situations come your way. And I think that's where I'm at the minute. I'm sure there are situations I missed out on by not being ready as well with Upscalp, but at the moment it looks like I've hopefully arrived at the right time for Solana's push into futures. Really, really interesting times. So that's kind of where with that. Let me just see what's around else on the Jira board. Haven't gotten far with the Phantom integration just because the other venues, the other platforms were easier to integrate to because they were just API key integrations. So I haven't got much further with that. Referral links I will have to get back to. So yeah, there's basically loads here in the backlog that now that the hackathons are out of the way, I can start getting back into them again. So that's kind of it. I want to just check, see if we're any questions. Let's see if we've got any questions for today. I'll check here. Let's just go to the live page and see. Nope, doesn't look like there are any questions there. That's fine. And I'll just check out Telegram to see if anyone is asking any questions. Don't think so. Just gonna check out. No, that's fine. Totally fine by me. I'm still extremely tired. I want to keep working today, but I'm not gonna stream further than is necessary today for sure. I'm gonna wrap it up there. So oh man, I just got a shock because it's telling me that start streaming is showing on OBS, but oh my god, no, it is streaming. Oh my god. So there on the controls that I'm looking at here on OBS, it says start streaming in the controls, but at least I can see that it's already started, so it should be streaming. Let's just check on YouTube actually, just to be sure that YouTube is streaming too. Live streaming. Yeah, it's live. Okay, never mind. It's just OBS being a bit stupid. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there because I'm already making mistakes and imagining things. So that's the news where we're at right now. Coming into Wednesday, day 88 of building in public. The building continues, doesn't end with the end of the Coliseum Hackathon. There are so many more exciting things to build. I'll be back tomorrow, most likely again, I would say, for some updates about how things have been going. And thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it as always. And thanks very much to the folks who check out the recording after as well. So until tomorrow, have a really great